George Noonan 235935 video 4. Okay, so during this video what I'm going to do is a very quick warm up because I've kind of explained all the why I'm doing it and why I'm doing it, but I'm just gonna why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it and all that. I'll still be explaining how I do it, but I think I'm only going to do for each step of the warm up. I'm only going to do ones that are going to apply to my main target for today, which is the bridge. So that involves very high parts because it goes, my head's underwater. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to focus on my range and my pitch and my timing. They're my three aims for today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on those three today. So I'll be doing mainly warm-ups that will apply to those. So yeah, all I'm going to do today is focus on the bridge. Last video I focused on the first verse. After this video I'll be focusing on a different section, but I will be saying that at the end of this video. So I'm going to start with my warm-up, start with posture, feet, your weight should be evenly distributed between both feet, hands by your side, eye line directly forward, and I'm going to do the shoulder exercise where I bring up to my ears and drop them because they always rise during my warm-ups. Okay, so because I'm doing the bridge today, there is a lot of words, and I'm going to be putting a lot of effort into just a few words or one line maybe. So I'm going to want to be able to increase my lung capacity. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do the in for 8 and out for 10 one, which I skipped last week, so I didn't need it last week. But I'm going to do that one, and I'm also going to be doing the in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, but 8, because last week I did 6 and that was too easy, so now I'm going to move on to 8. So what I'm going to do is put my hand on my diaphragm, the muscle that we use when we push out all the air in our lungs. That is the diaphragm. So put my hand there. I'm going to breathe in for 8, hold for 8, and out for 8. This will increase my lung capacity, and it will also help me with my breath control, which is not very good, but I've been working on it and it's starting to be much better as I'm starting to remember when I'm supposed to be breathing in. And there's less points in the song like yesterday when I was doing my first verse, that there were less points where I was actually just talking like this. I actually tried to stay within the actual singing element instead of going down to what I was doing before, which is I'm by your side, like that. I don't think that was the right words, but it was the same tune, it was like that. So hands on diaphragm, and I'm going to in for 8, hold for 8, out for 8. So. Okay, that was much more tricky for me, which is good because that is me pushing myself. I was really pushing on my diaphragm during that breathing out stage, like really trying to get all of the air out of my lungs. I don't know whether it was noticeable in the video, but I could really feel it being engaged, so that's good because that means in all the other warm-up steps and during my song I will be able to feel it because I've engaged it now, so it will be engaged throughout the whole of this video. I also struggled with that one because my shoulders rose up. Again, especially always during this exercise, my shoulders tend to rise up. I explained it before, I'm supposed to be pushing out on my stomach, but because my lungs aren't going outwards, my shoulders rise up. That's where the tension is. So I'm just going to do this again so that I can get all of the tension out of my shoulders and just keep them relaxed. Okay, the next part is what I explained at the beginning of this video, is I'm going to do the in for 8 and out for 10 because I'm going to want to increase my lung capacity and my breath control in this one, and this is what this exercise does. The one I just performed does that as well, but I'm just going to do another one just so I can really focus on that today. So. Okay, I really felt my diaphragm being engaged then. again, because I was really trying to push all the air out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the next step of breathing, which is going to do the same thing in for 8 out of 10, but to a pulsating, to a staccato Ka sound, so like a K, K. I'm going to skip that because I know I've definitely engaged my diaphragm, and that's what that exercise does. So now I'm going to move on to sirening, which is to an NG sound. This extends and defines our range, which again is what I'm going to want to do today because there are a lot of high parts in the bridge. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to breathe in, and then I'm going to go, but like all the way up and all the way down. Okay, it was much better in the last video, because there was a very sharp change when I was coming back down, and that's not what I want, that's not what I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to work on that being more smoother. So I'm going to do that again, but I'm going to start higher in my chest voice so that I can really focus on that part where I'm really struggling to make the transition smooth. So. Okay, so that didn't sound very smooth either, so I'm going to do that for one final time. Hopefully this will sound the best. I don't know what's going on. I'm really trying to hit all of those notes, but I'm going to slow it down because I think I'm going too fast. So. Okay, that was smoother. There was still that change. You can still hear it, but it was smoother than the couple of times I've done it before. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to brills and trills. This is so that my lips are all relaxed and there's no tension in there. Yeah, so what does it? Works the mouth, lip muscles, and like I just said, loosens the tension into those lips. So I'm just going to go do the exact same thing I just did, but to a sound. So. Okay, I lost it again at the end, and I also lost my breath. That's the reason for me losing the sound. So I'm going to do that one more time, and I'm going to make sure I focus on my breath. So I'm going to take a big deep breath in, and then I'm going to perform it again. Okay, I think that was good enough. So good enough. I think that went well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on now to humming, because this gets all the gunk off of our voice box. When I say gunk, I can't really explain it. Just gunk off our voice box, and it also gently stretches the voice, which again is good because this can extend our range, which is what I want to do with my bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the video, and I'm going to hum to the M sound. So what I'll do is I'll play it first. I'll play it once, the tune once first, and then we'll go through it. Okay, so that's the tune. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I went into my head voice, and that isn't what I really want to do now, because that is what I was just working on in sirening, is that transition. So my transition is still not very smooth, but it's getting there, but it's just not smooth enough for me to be able to do this exercise smoothly. So I'm now going to move on to tongue twisters, because this helps pronunciation, which is another thing I want to work on during the bridge. So all I'm going to do is red lorry, yellow lorry, and I'm going to increase the speed as I go up the scale and then back down the scale. I'm going to take a deep breath in because last week I didn't take a deep breath in and I lost it when I got to the high part. I started to lose my breath. I completely lost it. So what I'm going to do is take a deep breath in so I can do the whole up and then down. Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry. Okay, that was good because my pronunciation was good and I didn't lose, I didn't change the words there to lolly or anything. So that's very good, and that exercise went really well. I didn't lose my breath, and I kind of went to the top of my chest voice there. Again, because I haven't got that smooth transition yet, so I can't. The one after the next note upwards, the next note above that won't be very smooth, and I kind of want to just focus on this part during the tongue twisters, and then I will focus on that section during sirening and then humming. So the next stage is arpeggio, which helps our projection and extend our range. Again, what I'm doing in the bridge. So this really matters at the moment. I'm going to do it to a backing track, which is I Can Sing Arpeggio. I'm going to start higher this time, because in the other videos I've started lower and then not being able to go, not ended up going very high. So I'm going to start around 1/4 of the way in. Okay, so that's the tune. I can sing arpeggio. 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 Okay, that's all I'm going to do for today for arpeggio, because that was quite high for me, and I felt like that was very comfortable, and I've really got used to that high end, which is probably the highest I might be going today, depending on how far I kind of want to stretch my voice and how much I want to push myself, and also how high it actually is needed to go. So now I'm going to do is scales, which are which help flexibility of vocal cords, and they can also strengthen diaphragm muscles. Now this isn't really important today for my bridge, so I'm still going to do it, but this isn't very needed today. So all I'm going to do, I'm only going to do this very shortly. I'm only going to do a short amount of this, is what I was meant to say. And it's to the same tune as we had before during humming. So I'm going to play it once and then we will start. I'm going to do this to an R sound, so Okay, so during the first few kind of sections of that, I was way too high than I needed to be, and then I kind of noticed that, and then I went back lower. Yeah, I went lower, and then I hit it. So those last two, I think it was, those last two sections of I was in the right key and I was in the right note, so that's good, because I've noticed that that's an issue with my voice, and I've just improved it. So the final stage is a song, and this is just so that we can prepare ourselves to sing in a second. This isn't really needed today, as I'm only going to be doing the bridge, which isn't that long, it's only a few lines long. But I'm going to do it anyway, because it's just like the scales, like it's equally important, and there's no harm in doing an exercise that you don't really need to do today. You're just kind of improving your self for if you need it in the future anyway. So I'm just going to do I Want to Sing, and also I'm going to put my hand on my diaphragm, because I don't know whether that's engaged today yet. So I'm going to really want to feel that, because during this song normally I can definitely feel it being engaged. So I wanna sing, sing, sing. I wanna dance, dance, dance. I wanna sing, I wanna dance. Hallelujah. When the gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I wanna sing, I wanna dance. Hallelujah. Okay, during that exercise I couldn't feel my diaphragm muscle working, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it again, and then I'm really gonna like make it sharper. So like I wanna sing, sing, sing like that, so I can feel it being engaged, and then that will prepare it for the next part of the video. So I wanna sing, sing, sing. I wanna dance, dance, dance. I wanna sing, I wanna dance. Hallelujah. When the gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I wanna sing, I wanna dance. Hallelujah. Okay, so during that, that was much more engaged that time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on, and I'm going to perform the bridge to All of Me by John Legend, which is my song, that I'm going to perform in this singing videos. And yeah, I'm going to perform this song, and then I'm going to note all of the targets I need to, and maybe the positives, and see whether I can change those and make it sound as best as I can. By the end of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to sing the first verse and the bridge with it. After I've completed, like, thought the bridge was at its best, I'm going to do it with the first verse as well to see whether I've sustained that what the improvements I made last week on that first verse. So I'm gonna, by the end of this video, I should have the first verse and basically all the bridges throughout the song nailed down to a T. So that's what I'm hoping for. My head's under water, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. Okay, so that is all the bridges. It's only 4 lines long, it's very short. But there is so many improvements I need to make with this part because my range needs to be, as I said at the start of the video, it does go very high and I kind of lose it there. And then when I come back low, I go straight into my normal voice and I just go, let me just get it back up. I go straight for, I'm breathing fine, like just fine, like normal. I don't really sing that part, which is not what I want. I want it to sound much more fluent and much more better than that. Much more better, just sound more more like singing than speaking. So I'm just gonna do the first couple of lines now. So my head's under water, but I'm breathing fine. Okay, I can see where I'm going wrong here is because I'm not going high enough. I need to go higher so that I can go so that my low is actually higher than what it is now. Because when I go too low, I just go into speaking. I think the reason I don't go high is because I get worried that I'm not going to hit it, or I might actually enter that that gap between my chest voice and head voice, and then it not sounding very good at all. So I'm just going to go higher, but not up into my head voice. I'm just going to go higher in my chest voice, and I'm going to see whether that sounds better when I go lower and then into fine. My head's under water, but I'm breathing fine. Okay, that did sound better. I still think I'm too low. I think I'm leaving it because on the sheet it does say it's going down in the pitch, but I don't want it. I don't want to go so low that I can't feel it. Like I kind of run out of breath during breathing, so I go fine, almost just fine. Like so, I'm gonna try that one more time. I'm gonna start high again, and then I'm gonna go lower, but I'm gonna decrease the pitch so it's lower. But I'm not gonna put I'm not going to make it go too low down. I'm going to try and make it like going like this instead of down like that. If you understand my way of explaining that, I struggle to explain things like that without using my hands. Okay, so I'm going to do that again, but start higher. My head's under water, but I'm breathing fine. Okay, I think that sounded much better. The fine was it was very flat, it wasn't monotone, which is one of the targets I made at the start. I'm going to try and do that one more time because I thought that sounded really good. So I'm just going to do that one more time. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. Okay, yeah, I'm very proud of that. I think that sounds so much better. I'm now going to move on to the next line. Yeah. So all of this is, I'm going to sing it how I did just a minute ago when I did the whole of the bridge. So, you're crazy and I'm out of my mind. Okay. Earlier in the videos, I think it was the third one, so the one before this, when I did the first verse, I tried to make it sharper, and that's what I'm doing here with mind, because before the word was head, so I'm saying out of my mind. I don't want that. I kind of want it to be longer than that, but still cut off, but longer. So, and I'm also starting way too low. You're is very high on the sheet. Your is very high, like it's very high, and then it goes down low. So I'm just gonna do that again. I'm gonna start higher, and I'm gonna see if I can cut off mine, but make it longer. So you're crazy and I'm out of my mind. Okay, again, I think that sounds much better. So I'm just gonna do that one more time, and then I'm gonna do the whole bridge, and then the whole of the first verse and the bridge. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. Okay, there was a gap in my voice, so that was where my voice was about to break. But other than that, that didn't happen before. I think that's just because my throat isn't very clear. But no, other than that, I think that was really good. I'm going to just do the whole bridge now on this sheet, and then what I'll do is I'll have the backing track and do the first verse and the bridge. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. Okay, I do think that sounds a lot better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the whole of the first verse and the first bridge with the backing track. And I'm going to hold this up so I can note when I need to go down and when I need to rise up, just so I can remind myself from last week's video. What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. You've got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. Okay, I think that sounds much better than the first time I performed that song in the first video. No, in the second video. And I do think that sounds a lot better than the first time I did it in first time I did the bridge in this video. I have lost a few of the elements from the first verse, but it's still there. I think it was just reminding myself of what I need to, when I need to go high and low. Like for example, down. I remember saying last week that I kind of make that a bit like when I say fine, I go down, like just into my normal voice. But that's fine. I've noticed that, and I'm going to make improvements on that. But other than that, I think the bridge sounds a lot better, much better. I think it's better starting high and then going lower. And another thing I'd like to say is that my sharpness is so much better than, like I said in the second video, when I said all about the improvements I want to make, I said that my words kind of flow into each other, and I don't want that. I want them to be sharper than that. So I've done that. Like mind, for example, is mind. I kind of stop it there, and that's what I'm liking about this, is that in the first verse and the first bridge, it's really starting to come together, and it's really starting to sound more like the song than it did in the start when I performed it just myself without really a lot of rehearsal. Okay, so in the next video, what I'm going to be focusing on is, I'm going to get it up because I have planned this. In the next video, what I'm going to focus on is the chorus, and then I'm going to focus on the second verse, and that'll be the second to last video. So mainly with the chorus, I will talk about my weaknesses, and then I will try and improve them, and the exact same with the second verse.